Okay, we are back again with another session. Um, I did on the break go out and download a mod for, as you can see, no ship trails. That's it. That's all it does. It just makes it so there's no ship trails. Because they were, I think you may have noticed in the previous videos, the ship trails that were coming off the ship kept doing this weird zigzaggy uh, thing. I can't even describe. I can't even think of a word to other than zigzaggy. But yeah, they kept doing like a lightning bolt look and everything. Yeah, and as it turns out, this one seems to be okay during the day. It's got perfectly fine weather during the day. Then at night, it's cold at night. So that's not as bad as I thought it was. As it might be. I thought maybe during the day it would be super hot, but it seems like it's not. So yeah, I think it's. I think this plan is probably our best bet for one to just use for the moment. Again, we will most likely, break down any base that, we put up for the moment, because, like I said, we want to, we will, when we settle, it'll be in an outlaw system, because it's an outlaw playthrough, that's what we're supposed to be doing. But as far as that goes, we are going to put our base down. So I'm just, man, these guys look so cool, don't they? Did you just run him off? You did just run him off. Are you hunting him? Oh, they're trying to kill him. No. I don't like you guys. Where... That was my friend. Screw off. I like the way he looks. I don't like the way you look. I don't know, maybe not the best reason to massacre him, but... Alright, so, we are going to... grab the stuff out of here, and now I would use these as like as our base, for everything. But you can't remove crap like this. It would be cool if you could, destroy that or remove it, and then, like this one's okay and everything. But if you make a base, but even then, it's kind of cramped. But at least you can sit down in the chairs and stuff. However, since, half of it feels like, to me, it's unusable, we will use the main facility as our base of operations. And we'll put it inside so that there's even a really good place for it. And we might just leave the base here. We can always teleport back and take it apart if I decide to bring it down at a later date. Forward operating base, A1. I don't know. Just seems okay. Seems okay. An okay name. Okay, so let's put down our... And I guess we got that, because I didn't buy that. I don't think I bought the battery. I think we got it for free somehow. At least I don't think I bought it. Maybe I did. Maybe I bought the battery, but not the solar panel. Never mind. I think that is what happened. I think I bought the battery, but not the solar panel. So we're gonna put this bad boy down. Hey, excuse me. Hey, excuse me again. I'm very sorry about that. All right. Yes, I'm building wooden refiners. A wooden refiner? Really? Okay. We'll sell that. We got the capability of selling it, so we will sell it. Let's see. I don't know if you can turn facium into anything. We can find out though. Turns into mordite. We don't need that either at the moment. But I think we do have some, don't we? Because I was gonna say I just killed something. So we would have that. If we use, does mordite turn into facium is the question. Yes, it does.
Technology recharge.
That way we're not carrying two things that are basically the same thing when you break it down. There we go. Alright, we're gonna sell that. We're not gonna keep that.
Technology recharge.
Alright, just doing a little consolidating of what we have. Let's sell that. Let's go ahead and sell that. Sell meat. And we will go ahead and build a base teleport. Oh. And of course now it turns out I need the sodium itself, but that's fine. It breaks down to exactly the same. So I think I needed 20. Nope, 40. It figures I'd get it wrong. We have lots of oxygen. Let's use oxygen. There we go. All right, so should I put our other portable refiner down here? Yeah, for now. For now, we will. We'll stick it on the. Damn it. Okay. Alright, so now that is all set up. Now, let's go ahead and pursue this. One very cold planet coming up. Right, let's see, what is it? This was the alternate fuel source thing, I think. So what we're looking for, I think, is I don't remember. Maybe the crashed starship? We're gonna look around and see what we do see. Or it could be this. Let's see if it's this. It is this. I don't know why this would be an alternate fuel source, but that's fine. Viking, May. Kill, I think is what that is. The stone resonates, producing a sound that fills my mind. A vision begins to take shape. I see two large aliens locked in combat. Eventually one triumphs, leaving their victim to bleed to death. With the last of their strength, the vanquished alien gestures towards me. The name Viking floats in my vision, an echo of the strange vision I just experienced. A word in this alien tongue is seared into my brain. This structure is unlike anything I've encountered on my journey so far. Everything about it is so obviously alien, so obviously out of place. As I stare at it, words form themselves in my mind, a strange fragment of broken speech. Is it traveler? Is it friend? It is traveler. It feels strange responding to questions I am unsure that I am being asked. But something has clearly taken notice of my reply. I am overwhelmed by a sense that something has awoken, that someone is watching me. It forms another question. Is it first? Is it last? It is first. I do not know how I am being spoken to. This monolith is ancient, and I cannot escape the feeling it has asked these questions many times over. It asks again. Have they seen the Crimson Eye? Has the Crimson Eye seen them? Clearly the answer to that is both. Likelihood of anomaly exceeds safety parameters. Breach detected. Alert! Alert! The boundaries fall. The walls collapse. Your universe awaits. Find us, traveler. You get a free warp cell out of the whole deal. Which is good, because, you know, if we want to go anywhere beyond this system, we're gonna need it. Where is it? There it is. Plug there, and on into the starship there. And find the way to Mysterious Stranger. Off we go. Launch fuel. We're good. We're good. We're good launch for now. We're good to launch again. Alright, so up, up, and away! Okay, yeah, this wants us to explore nearby planets and systems. So let's go and gather this planet right here. Might as well. Oh, we can name that one as well. Let's see. I already have a name. Let's see, that one was the Frozen Planet. Yes, Pelagia. This one. I think this one, yeah. Erythea? Yeah. I'm not even sure how quite I pronounce that. It's the Greek word for red, and as you can see, it's extensively appropriate for this for this particular planet. It has a blood red sea down there. Oh yeah, and I may not have mentioned this. I use AI to get suggestions. I don't always use the exact thing they suggest, but often I let the suggestions inspire me towards a theme or something of that nature. And this time, I went with ambrosia, the celestial food of the gods, and so it's suggested several Greek words and celestial themed names. So that's what there we go. There's one. That's what I've been picking from or been using to inspire other searches for different stuff. That does not look like a good place to land. What was that? It's just a save point. That's it. Nothing else. All right, let's see what else we can find. I'm trying to save us some launch fuel. Ooh, there's a good one, I bet. No, that's an abandoned one. Now that won't have a landing spot. Alright, here in a second I'm going to be forced to just land without, and just pay the cost. There's another one. Okay, we'll just land here. So this one, this was the red one, so Erythria. I'm pretty sure that's how you. And now it should. We should get a message pretty quickly. There it goes. Incoming transmission. Source unknown. You are not alone. Please identify yourself. Identify myself. You left me. Why did you... Tell them you don't understand. Of course you'd say that. Of course you'd... Just like the others... Ask who you were speaking to. There is no reply. The communicator falls silent, though the channel remains open. Now, okay. I always before thought that that was... That first one there was a message from Artemis somehow, but it's not. What tells you the "you were not alone" thing, that message actually came from Null, who we will meet later, and it turns out, at least I'm pretty sure, is manipulating us throughout this entire storyline. And Null, it is revealed to have been the first traveler and all that. You'll see that as we go. And everything, and I'm fine with revealing spoilers at this point because I've played through it so many times and everything. So, you know, feel free if you don't like it, you know, don't watch or whatever. But I'm going to reveal all of the secret things that I have found out throughout when as things go on, because that's one thing that the story, like, it's parts of it are confusing, and like you'll be like, well, what was that? And then later you go, that didn't make any sense. Well, this message doesn't make any sense if it's Artemis, but it does make sense if it's Null. And so, yeah, that's kind of what brought me to that conclusion. But also because every time you start a conversation later on with Null, she starts off with that "you are not alone" bullshit. Another water planet? Or another very watery planet? This system would be good for trying to find sunken wrecks. Probably. That building was underwater. So we're not going to land there. We need more tritium. I think that was the last of our tritium. So as soon as we take off, we need to go into space and mine some more asteroids. And again, I'm not going to search forever. I'm just hoping to find something. That one's another abandoned one. We'll still use it. At least we can get some free nanites for our trouble. Weather, beautiful. I was going to say, this is basically a paradise planet that has aggressive sentinels on it.
Sentinel drones activated.
Returning user identified. Returning user. Terminal now active. Unlocking data log. Continuation for analysis. I glimpsed the crimson orb between the clouds. A vast and baleful eye, unblinking and monstrous. Fear turned the blood in my veins to ice. I was so afraid it would see me, but then the clouds moved and it was gone. I was no longer certain if it had ever been real. Perhaps the fungal deposits from the last world I visited are still clogging my exosuit vents, affecting my cognition somehow. I have cleaned my filters 6 times now, but I still feel it inside me. I discover something coded deep inside the long-dead traveler's data log. Something has been left that will aid me on my own journey.
Extreme sentinel dead.
Ow. Okay. Doomed. We're doomed. It's time to restore our health. Get our extra. We have a couple of extra health units that we do not have filled, and we are going to go fill them through the most efficient way possible. You're gonna force me to fight you anyway, I might as well actually fight you.
Warning. Sentinel combat unit deployed.
Just like every game, kill the healers first. If you, well, unless you want to save one of them. But mostly kill the healers first.
Warning. Elite Sentinel force.
Damn healers! There. Die. I hate those laser dogs.
Warning. Sentinel movement detected.
Yes, the paralysis mortar gives you an extreme advantage. Ow.
Technology recharge.
Which is the only reason why I'm fighting these guys.
Movement detected.
Oh, that's the big one. Ow. Have to hide on the other side of the building. Can't get me if you can't see me. Come on, die. He keeps spawning. Okay, we're about to have some problems. So, whoop. There we go. Okay. He's too tall. He can't get us in here. At least I hope not. We're just waiting for our shield to recharge a little bit. There we go. And we got the first one. All right. Now you see kind of what I meant about him being a pushover. He's... There we go. Once he's by himself, he's not that hard. And now, we have a perfectly safe planet to wander around on.
Units received.
Of course, that was a little harsh, getting through, since, you know, because our bolt caster is not the best weapon ever, and I mean, it is upgraded a little bit, so that was not the minimal performance, thank goodness. Yeah, then we got a couple of upgrades. We got an X one, and we have an A one, and then we have this one, which is supercharged. So, yeah. I think if we hadn't had quite that many, it would have been even harder.
Units received. Units received.
Oh, let's see here. So, let's go ahead and do these. We've got some that we purchased. I say we should have gotten a whole bunch of glass as well. Let's see. No, we're on fairy dust. Okay. Well, we have plenty of the other. Of course, I didn't bring a refiner with us. That's all right. It's all right still, even though. Right? There's got to be something made of fairy dust around here.
Units received.
Obviously, it's not that. Or that. Or whatever that thing is.
Units received.
I mean, it looks like a giant pineapple. That can't be what it is, right? A giant living pineapple?
Units received.
I mean, if I kill it, it's not going to drop pineapple, right?
Units received.
That would be great if it did, though, wouldn't it? I think that's probably, yeah, that's enough to say what we need is antimatter housing, right? Yeah, and then carbon nanotubes. Do I have any carbon nanotubes? I do not. Okay, so carbon nanotubes. All right, here we go. Back to the pod.
Technology prepared.
It'll be so nice when I have the backpack refiner again. We're not gonna do another one yet. Oh, good. Yeah, that's nice. That's fair. That one is stupid nice, actually. Yeah. 73 solar power. That one's good. Shield strength 34%. That's very good. Okay, so yeah, that'll work. Yeah, and we can still get another of this kind and another of this kind before we're technically where we've used up all of our official, yeah. So that's now our officially, we've used as many slots as we can use for that kind. But we can still change them out and not be moving into the realm of, well, we might as well make us a warp cell and put it in our starship. There we go.
Recharge.
Just use that up. Put that away. We'll process that when we get back. We can get free. We can get nanites out of it, so we might as well do so. All right. We're gonna do a couple of things. First thing we're gonna do, we still have slots, so I'm not worried about running out of space just yet. So I'm gonna do a couple of other things, like the sentinel pillar. I'm gonna hit that while we're still, well, I assume the sentinels are still shut down. Of course, that might just be the planet I fought them on. I can never remember. If it is, we'll shut them down again. That's what the sentinel pillar is for. Also, the sentinel pillar is for getting a free multi-tool. That's why we're going there. Nope, looks like we have to kill him. Yeah, looks like we have to kill something. We're gonna leave you alive. You are my saving grace. But you are. You're going to keep all the other sentinels from chasing me down.
Protection falling.
While I do my control node destruction, there we go. Thank you for keeping the next wave from coming out. Boundary node exposed. Boundary archive status vulnerable. Shutdown sentinel forces. Waveform poisoning initiated. Immediate shutdown required. That was the that was the sound of the nearby sentinels exploding. Boundary node exposed. All right. Access logs. Access log. Imposter detected. Override code Ariadne. Manifesting Personality Protocol, Voice of the Hive. Aaron, Routine, Protocol, Prey, Experiment, Shell, Sentinel. Once, we had no need for visual manifestation or physical form. Our invisible eyes would record, sort, delete the life and death of every world there ever was or would be. We had no thoughts, no personality, no dreams. Warning! Boundary node exposed. Extract weapons technology. It's a C class. It's also a free class, so we are still going to take that sucker. Log off. Alright. Hopefully we don't run out of space before we get to, I was going to say, we have one, the Verdant planet, right? And that one... We did Pelagia. Yeah. Aurelios. I was gonna... Okay. So... It's alright. Yeah, we gotta switch our multi-tool back. There we go. That should do it. Yep, it did. The Diligent Farmer. Yeah, we're good. We shut down the Sentinels. Got that. And we are off to see the wizard. Well, or... Yeah, you start fighting Sentinels and you get those achievements rapidly.
Recharge.
Alright, let's hit the Stranger's coordinates. Yeah, I marked that paraffinium deposit, and then decided not to collect the paraffinium right away. We will need paraffinium to build like a roamer and stuff, but like we don't have to have it now. We can get it when we need it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am extremely tempted to get a mod that will allow me to have bigger stack sizes of stuff. It's really bothering me, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to, because that really does. I don't know. Some of the other stuff doesn't feel like cheating, but that really does feel like being kind of cheaty with the whole thing. Okay, so it's pointing to under that hill somewhere, but that's always a... Well, here's a free landing spot, so I don't care where. It's actually trying to send us, because I always take free parking. This is like Monopoly. I always take free parking. What's this one? Oh, wow, man. We're pretty lucky with that. I don't like the pulse spitter, though. This one cheap? It is cheap. Alright. We're gonna have plenty of them to take apart. I think that's actually the maximum we can carry. If I remember, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope, we can get one more actually. All right, we can still have one more because I think it's 6. 6, I think, is the maximum number we can carry. We can get a weapons board later, but like right now, while we don't have it. Hello. The warrior stares at me with hostile, fiery eyes. I must seem pitiful to them, frozen and bedraggled after my time outside. Nonetheless, the life form bows in greeting. Tradition and honor, perhaps, dictated. Gra, the interloper, is the Viking. I don't feel in danger, and I'm about to turn and leave when the creature points towards my multi-tool. They bark with concern and motion to suggest that I should hand it over. Why not? The warrior nods in satisfaction. They take my multi-tool and examine it, holding it close before tossing it away with a derisory snort. Instead, they offer me an improved replacement multi-tool, which is never an actual improvement. Well, I have had it be, but it's super rare for it to happen. Look, this is definitely not an improved multi-tool. But we're still going to take it because it's free. You know, anything free is an improvement over something that costs you money. Okay, so we're gonna sell those. We're going to keep the walker brains, even though they're taking up space, because, well, you know, they're not really that hard to come by anymore. I keep thinking, oh, they're hard to come by because there was a bug and walkers wouldn't spawn. But clearly they've fixed it now, and so you can get walkers anytime. So we're gonna sell those walker brains because they're not something that I want to process the pugnium. You know, I should have thought about that. I wonder if walker brains can be processed instead of nanites. I didn't think about trying it. We can get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of those. Right, so that one's a little weak, but it's stronger than this one. So, and yes, I am still right now following the 3 rule. You know, because right now I don't have anything else that I could technically trade out for it anyway. So, you know, I'm acting as if 3 is the maximum until, like, I have something else that I could be like, oh, well, I'm going to trade this and instead put that other thing in its place. Yield. %extra shield strength. I'm not gonna turn my nose up at that. Not when there's nothing better on offer, right, guys? Okay, so we are off to see the wizard. I'm trying to recall what we were... Ah, that's right, that's right. I was going to say, we're looking for something. Which is in that direction. Like, I know we landed here for a reason. And I know I can change it, I just hate doing it. Needed carbon anyway. Right? Yeah. We still need some. Alright. Going in the right direction, at least. Alright, it's right there. Am I standing on top of it? Ah, I was standing on top of it. Talk about picking the exact wrong place, right?
Technology recharge. Thermal protection.
And we'll need plants later, but there is no reason to start taking them now. They're not really worth anything as far as money. Well, of course, the stuff you can make with them is worth a lot of money, but you need the recipes, first of all. You need a hazmat glove, second of all, and it takes a lot of the plants. And by a lot, I mean like you can make one thing with like an entire stack of 2 different plants usually, or most of a stack with you know, our current limitations on stack size. Oh, I see the ship. I see the tip of a crash ship's wing, so I think we can find it now.
Thermal protection falling.
Ah, yes, and it's a bathtub whale, a hauler. Almost always a hauler. It's not even a B class. I'm still gonna take it. Kind of have to be silly not to.
Technology repaired.
My chromatic metals in my other ship. It's fine.
Thermal protection falling.
And yes, there is a way to get that ship to a station without fixing it first. So I will not be wasting any of my resources to repair it right now.
Technology repaired.
There are no signs of life. There is only the static of a broken communicator. Extract records. Whatever message was once here has been scrambled beyond recovery. All I can extract is the pilot's name, Artemis. Whoever they were, they are long gone. The only other uncorrupted data is a set of plans, an upgrade for my mining beam. Which, that's not for your mining beam. That's a pulse spitter. I don't know why it says your mining beam. And I will not be building that. it's not actually part of the quest chain, so that at least that's a thing. That just pins it because it's a new formula. I don't like the pulse spinner. I know it's a faster firing weapon than the other one, but it's less accurate to me. It's a lot less accurate. In my personal opinion, I have a lot of more trouble controlling the fire on that one than I do on the bolt caster. Of course, the neutron cannon is obviously my favorite weapon. For sure, it's everybody's favorite weapon because it's fucking awesome. Okay, so search for clues about Artemis on this and other worlds. So I believe that's it for this. And as soon as we get up into space, I'm pretty sure. Artemis entity, we received your signal. Is it first? Is it last? Time for truth. You have their signal, but you are not Artemis entity. Tell the truth. Your signal is familiar to Nada. We have been in contact before, I think. This would be a good time to come aboard, yes? A proper introduction to our home. The space ball.
Hostile scan detected.
Oh, bring it on, hostile scan. I can use a little more units. Come on. Come on.
Warning. Threat detected.
Oh, I know you're finding valuable cargo. All my cargo is valuable.
Approaching.
You should have brought a friend, punk! You're going down! Hell, you're flying a space toilet anyway. Ain't no way you're gonna beat me in that thing.
Hostile ships defeated.
A space toilet. I'm sorry. What? I was talking smack. It may not have been good smack. But I was talking it, okay? Oh, Lord. Okay, I just saw... I want to go look at it closer. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a nice one. I love the tank feet. It's red and orange, my two favorite colors, if you don't recall. Yeah, and it's got the full side wings. Yeah, this is a really nice one. Yeah, I like that one. I like that one a lot. So, like, yeah, if I found a planet that had one like that, I would probably find a really good one and keep it. Yeah, and now this guy, I did this in my last playthrough, broke down, see it's got hauler parts, and then that's the Iron Vulture cockpit part, and while it looks fantastic, because then you can paint it, and everything, unless you go into a save editor and modify it, you lose all of the good stats that you get for you being in the Iron Vulture. The Iron Vulture has a higher damage output, and it has a much higher shield output than your standard hauler generally does. Because it counts as an exotic ship, not a hauler, when it's the Iron Vulture. But when you take it apart and rebuild it, it counts as a hauler. So it goes with hauler stats, not exotic ship stats. Okay, so we finally made it. We need to go talk to Nada. And now, the first time that I did an Outlaw playthrough, I had very strict rules about what I could and could not buy when I was here. And I'm still going to try to mostly follow those. Like, all of the product stuff, I can get those from going to the factory places and stuff. But there's a lot of stuff that you just can't get. Not from quests, not from... So you just got to buy it here anyway. But... Yeah, I'll have to look into... I'll have to think about what make sure I can... what I can and can't buy. Because I'm going to try not to buy the stuff that I get free from quests. But some stuff I probably will anyway. Like, I definitely bought the mining laser, the advanced mining laser, which I know you get from a quest. In fact, I think that's why we got the pulse spitter instead, is because I think that's where you normally would get the advanced mining laser. That's why it said an upgrade for the mining laser, and not for the, multi-tool. A traveler entity, perhaps they are known to you. I do not know their number. Nada does not care to think about iterations as numbers. They were lost to us. Highly improbable. Our anomaly is lost to the sentinels, but none should be lost to the anomaly. The Korvax watches me. There is a patience, an organic tilt to the way they hold their metal shell. Ask about Nada. Nada awoke with the death of Korvax Prime. Could not understand why such things happen. Why we are alone. Now I am divergent. The convergence do not see through my eyes. Nada is not alone anymore. Nada is with Polo Friend. Now many other friends visit. Our convergence is small, but Nada happy. Nada's carapace pulses with a gentle light. There is something familiar about them. Ask about Polo. Polo Friend found Nada. Found my signal. Nada is safe. Now Nada finds other signals, makes others safe. This station has been calling to me since I woke up on the planet. Perhaps it called to Artemis as well. Ask about this space station. Beyond what is outside, our anomaly wanders free. Free like Nada, to observe, to search. The sentinels, the Atlas, they do not care for this place. I feel their eyes hunting us. Nada watches me, judging my reactions as they speak. Speak with Polo Friend, traveler. Perhaps they might know more about the missing Artemis. They perceive many things more clearly than Nada. Specialist Polo. Friends everywhere, if only you know where to look. Friends in all shapes, all sizes, all places. Artemis Friend, you are where they should be. Does not seem possible, but all things are possible. Such is the universe. We will find them, no doubt. There is always a signal, always a trace. Ask how. Our home will see to it. When you leave, you will not be where you were. You will be closer. Or maybe not. Discovery is exciting, yes? Before you leave, perhaps spend some time with other friends. We all help each other here. Okay. And now we are going to speak to other travelers to earn nanites. How many do we have? 2,600? That's not bad. That's not bad. We did enough wandering and stuff. We made a pretty good number of nanites from that. Talk to Helios. Ah, young one, you who still roam the boundaries of this universe. How I envy you. My time out in reality has long passed, but I miss it greatly. Perhaps you might help an old soul and share the things you've seen. I yearn for the stars, for the glory of discovery. Put down roots, did you? Sorry, he's a plant guy. I had to make that joke. Give data for planets. Thank you, little one. You have no idea what this means to me. Please, take these nanites. They are nothing, but they are all I have now. Do a little dance. Make a little Helios. Get down tonight. Sorry. I believe Ares will also. Traveler hopes to make progress. Traveler tests themselves. I will help and exchange. Progress for progress. Or wealth, perhaps. Experience or materials. Both valid today. Living pearls. Okay, we don't have any living pearls, but we can do milestone data. You have seen much, but do you understand? Not for me to know. Please, take this. Okay. Now, this is a place where you can purchase some upgrades. They're never S-class. I don't even know if he ever has any A-class, but you can get some Bs, and as you can see, he sells some of the protection modules, which are very hard to get in this type of playthrough. He also, and I didn't realize this, but he also has some lesser of the upgrades for the Minotaur and Nautilus. So, so you can get. Apparently now I've discovered that you can get some of those from this alternate source. They aren't the best ones, but you know you can get them. However, as I said, I'm not using, and right now I'm not even using the. They don't care if you're outlaw here. Everybody's welcome on the Anomaly. Even Polo said it. So, so I'm not going to. I'm not going to harp on that, but I'm also not going to buy any upgrade modules from them right now. What I am going to do is go ahead and disassemble. That one's fine. Okay, just making sure it's the right one that's selected.
Inventory full.
No, our inventory's full already. Oh, well, okay, that does make sense. Okay, needed to... Okay, let's finish. We can always take those apart later. Oh, we have some extra. Okay, well, we'll just... Nope, not that one. Sorry, I gotta switch back to our regular. Put that in. Get rid of that. Can't really sell that right now. Can we actually? Yeah, we can access our starship so we can stack some stuff. Alright, now we should be able to take the rest of it apart. Traveler new, your suit is an extension of yourself. Let me aid you. Let's see here. I believe we get that for free. I'm just trying to remember what... I know we end up getting this for free. Or we get it from some alternate source, but I'm just going to go ahead and buy it. Because we have to buy something. It's literally part of the quest. So I'm just going to buy that to progress the quest. Browse a huge array of base parts. We don't actually have to buy any, but we do have to go in and look at them. But I am going to buy this one. The very first storage container. So we'll have that. And then we'll get the landing pad for free. We don't get that for free. We do get this for free. We get that for free. We don't get this for free, so I'm going to go ahead and buy it because there's some nice things we can do with a medium refiner, and since we never get it for free, we have to buy it anyway if we ever want it. So it will be useful to us. We do eventually get the Roamer Geobay for free. In fact, I think we get the Roamer Geobay for free twice, which is kind of odd, but yeah, there's like 2 different quest lines that give you that for free. And I guess you just get it free from the first one that you get it from. Okay, so... I'm just looking, guys. Just trying to think of what I need and don't need right now. Honestly, we have so much storage problems. We're gonna get the first 3, 0, 1, and 2. That's gonna give us a significantly improved storage thing. So then it wants us to speak to. Who do it want us to speak to again? Yeah, I don't. I'm not gonna install it right now. Speak with yeah. Go back to Nada. That's what I thought. I thought that's what I would want us to do. Okay. Nada and Polo drift between worlds and worlds. There are many. Have you seen them, traveler friend? Nada wishes they could. Nada regrets much. Ask what to do. Traveler entity is free to make their own path. Find Artemis entity. Explore with others. Travel to great sights. Proceed as you will, traveler entity. We will aid you. Others will aid you also, even if you seek the Crimson Lyre. And we're going to ask for help with Artemis, because that's the way to really go on this one. Of course, Nada has a small gift for you. Perhaps it will help, perhaps not. Nada and Polo friend will continue to search. Speak to us whenever you desire. Just some nanites. Alright, Specialist Polo. We were so lonely, Nada and I, before we found each other. Before we found you, friend, all of you. So many friends to share this time with. You feel the same, I hope. Alright, now it wants us to return to space. Before we do so, however, I'm not going to claim anything that, like ships or anything like that, but I am going to claim a bunch of appearance stuff and base stuff that we have created from this. I haven't gotten any of the new ones, obviously, but yeah, I've gotten pretty much all of the old ones. So we're just gonna grab all of this stuff, all the appearance stuff.
Collectible received. 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 Collectible received.
Bake sale poster. Sorry.
Collectible received.
It's so funny.
Collectible received. 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 Collectible received.
And now all of these are just decorative. None of them do anything for you. So that's why I'm not worried about grabbing them.
Collectible received.
You know, they'll just make it so when we set up a base or anything, it'll be we'll be able to make it look nice.
Collectible received. 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 Collectible received.
Alright, so that's that. That. Unpin formula. now we have to listen to that go on for a while. And then we're going to go ahead and collect our expedition rewards. Don't worry, we're not taking, we're just taking not companions, not multi-tools, not starships, just appearances.
Collectible received. 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 Collectible received.
Alright. So, I got all of the apparent stuff, but that's it. I didn't take any of the stuff that, you know, gives you an advantage. None of the ships, none of the multi-tools, none of that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and save our little guy in number 1 here, and then we're going to switch over to another look. Go for the Anomaly look. Trying to decide what I want to go with for this. Let's go with the Atlas head shield for now. Probably that one. Let's see. Alright, so black, red, orange. I like to go with a... Since we went with the head shield, we might just, yeah, we might go with this one instead. Black, red. Yeah, I think that's probably the best one for the pattern. Yeah, I think we look relatively awesome. And we'll stick with the that title. Oh, yeah, we have new trails. I hate those trails. I hate that particular trail. It's the default one, but we can use... I'm trying to decide. Discordant or electric? Those are my favorite, really. Discordant and electric. Actually, yeah. It's the Atlas pack. The Atlas is red, so the red. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. It's just very fitting. Or at least it seems very fitting. Oh, look at that. B-class reactor right off the bat, man. Oh, I'm not going to take it, because getting a B-class reactor is, like... Okay, I'm not going to say what it's like, because the only thing I could think of was something really dirty that I shouldn't say in front of anybody. But, getting a B-class reactor is pointless. Because once you put your ship together, you've wasted all of your parts by putting it with a B-class reactor. If you don't put it with an S-class reactor, you basically just wasted all of your time. There's absolutely no point in building a B-class ship because you have to take apart other ships to do that, to put together with the reactor. So, yeah, I mean, it just makes absolutely no sense to do it. Not if you have any, absolutely have any alternative. I guess if you're playing and you're like, well, the only way to get a reactor is by doing that. Even then, I think I'd probably still just wait and keep doing missions until it finally offered me an S-class reactor. Because otherwise, like I said, I mean, if you're going to build a ship, and because you can never change the class of the ship without tearing it apart again. And when you tear a ship apart, even if it takes 3 or 4 pieces to build it, when you tear it apart, you still only get one of those pieces back. It's not like you can tear this ship apart and get all your pieces and then just replace the reactor core. So that's what I mean by you're just wasting the reactor core or wasting the pieces if you put it with a B-class reactor. Because if you don't make it an S-class ship, there's no reason to keep it for very long. Because hell, you'll probably just run into an S-class ship faster than. Fast enough that it will have just been a waste. So anyway, that's how I feel about that. Oh yeah. I was going to take the portal rather than fly. Yeah, I know it says return to space, but we will do that. But I'm going to take the portal and go straight to our base. And then I'm going to, once it stops locking me down, there we go. I'm going to teleport right back to the Anomaly because I forgot to break down those multi-tools. I made space and then I forgot. I'm absolutely so sorry about the constant ding, ding, ding. And I did try one time because I thought that if you just like shut the game down and then started it over, that it would end that. Because I thought it did previously, but it doesn't. When you log back in, it keeps doing it. So we just have to deal with it until it's done. Actually, I forgot. Yeah, there's nothing installed that we need to keep. Okay. Just making sure that there's, didn't want to break something down that might have something useful that we could get back from it. Oh, that breaks down into a wiring loop. We're going to do that. Free wiring loop. Yeah, you don't get any benefit from leaving that stuff installed, so. Yeah, nothing special on that one either, so. Alright. I was gonna say, we should have gotten some upgrades that we might want to install. Guarantees there. Mining beam. See, that's a pretty good one. Let's see, we can definitely replace that one. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Not a bad one. Mining speed, overheat time. Got better mining speed. This one has no mining speed. It's got the high fuel efficiency. What is this one? No fuel efficiency. That one has fuel efficiency. We're going to keep that one because I want the 50% fuel efficiency. And we're going to kill that one and keep that one. It's 22%. We're going to keep all of those. Let's see. I was going to say, that's just the advanced mining laser, so, but that is a, so we do have 3. And an X mining beam. So I actually had gone over on. Oh no, I didn't. It was 1, 2, 3. There we go. But now we do have to get rid of one of them. We want to stay within. Oh, that's. I was gonna say it's the bolt caster. What am I doing? So yeah, I'm not. I can keep all of them. There we go. I can keep all the bolt caster ones. I mean, they're connected. It should be fine. That should be okay. We are maxed out though now on our multi-tool. We don't have any more. We don't have any more open slots at the moment. Yeah, I probably will stack. Well, I don't really need to stack right now. We're fine. We don't need any more upgrades at this time. Those will just sell when we get to a station. Nice. We got a couple of upgrades. I'll have to wait to use those though. Can't use those till we get to a an outlaw station and get a passport. We won't be able to use the station until we go to a regular station with a passport. Because there is no multi-tool station at any of the outlaw outposts or stations or anything. Okay, so now we can go back here and we can build us some storage containers. Sorry, this is gonna be a minute. It's gonna drive me insane until I do it, so. Probably do it while I'm not recording. Like I should wait until I'm done with the recording and then do this. That is what I'm gonna do. I did that one, but I won't do the rest yet. I'll wait until done finished recording. I need magnetized ferrite. I need magnetized ferrite. Okay. We can take care of that. Alright, we have... Where's our pure ferrite? There it is. Lading. Ferrite dust. Again, we can take care of that. All right. No, it's not exactly a lot, is it? Come on, no, use the bottom one. There we go. Sorry, I kept opening the wrong. It's not my fault. All right. So we need carbon. We need sodium. We don't need cobalt on us. We do need ferrite. Need oxygen. Condensed carbon is good to have with us. We don't need deuterium. We'll just have to try to remember to come back and get some. Eat some if we need it. Sell that. Need to sell that. Those we need to sell, but later. Get rid of that. We don't need it. Chromatic metal. We want to put that probably in our ship. Wiring looms. We can keep that. We need launch fuel in the ship, so that's going to go back in the ship. We don't need that with us. We do need that with us. Okay, I think that's got us cleaned up for the moment. So we were low on ferrite dust anyway. Alright, so now we sell. And that. And we have 3 of those, so we need 3 of those. 3 of those. And we're still good on materials. So there we go. Chromatic metal goes on the ship. Launch fuel goes on the ship. That stays with us. These can actually go on the ship because we're not going to use them just on foot. Anyway. And this can actually go on the ship because we'll be landing right next to the pod. Supposedly. Assumedly. Okay, so we need to get some tritium. I know that. Alright, and we're going back to the Anomaly so we can get a free launch. Because it doesn't put you on the pad. I don't know why. Because I guess technically that pad is not part of our base, so it doesn't know to put us there. So we will be launching from here. Hello there. Where is there anyone out there? It's outside. Something's wrong with. Ask what is wrong. I asked the stranger what is wrong. There is a moment's pause. The only sound I hear is the background hiss of cosmic radiation. You found me. There's so little light. I thought I'd never hear another soul again. I really did. How did you find my voice? Say you found a crashed ship. I tell the stranger about the abandoned starship wreck and how I found their communicator ID in the distress beacon. I begin to mention the anomalous space station, but they cut me off. It's outside, but I think I'm safe. There are 16 of them. They look just like... Ask where they are. Fear and confusion dance within the eyes of the stranger. After a few moments of silence, they turn to me, imploring. You don't know who you are, do you? It lied to me. It lied to all of... The sound cuts out, but their face lingers on, silent, before it fades into nothingness. This must be Artemis, and they are clearly in need of help. I need to find a way to boost their signal. Just looking for a field of asteroids. Need an asteroid field. I need a good asteroid field, not a crappy. 7 asteroids is not going to help us. Need a bunch of asteroids. Man, why are the asteroids... Oh, there's a good one, finally. Alright, get us some tritium. And obviously some silver and gold and platinum. Well, now that we don't have to sell it just to save space, we've taken a big step in making our lives so much better now that we have the storage containers. And I think what I've decided on the front of, we experience the most additional difficulty from the stack size limit, really up until the point where we get a freighter. Because once you get a freighter, that basically goes away. You can access, once you put a matter transfer on a freighter, you can call the freighter and it basically becomes your inventory. And you can access all of your cargo boxes through that freighter. And once that happens, all of the difficulty that's being added by your stack size limits goes away anyway. So at that point, I may install a mod that gives bigger stack size limits. Just all the time. Because, you know, at that point, it would just let me... And the only reason why I would do this is because it's expensive to build bases, as you've kind of already seen. And the stack size limit is actually just a huge annoyance when you're trying to build a base, because you have to keep going back and farming, for instance, silicon. You know, if you want to build a base with a lot of concrete parts and everything, you have to, you know, sit there and farm 9 stacks of silicon to build any significant number of base pieces. And everything, which that's just ridiculous and everything. So, you know, that's really the only reason that I want the bigger stack sizes, is for building base stuff, you know, so I don't have to stop in the middle of building to go farm more silicon or carbon or ferrite dust, just because, you know, I need more parts if I want to build a big base. It's just a little bit ridiculous on that front. So, you know, but since, you know, once you have the matter transference beam and everything, all of the actual difficulty being added by the stack size limits is basically gone anyway, that's the point at which I feel like installing that mod would be alright. It really wouldn't be a significant cheat of any sort at that point. We're good on tritium now. Oh, I hate that ship design. The one that's got the curve in the body of it and everything. I have a specific name for it that's a little dirty. I call it the crooked penis. Oh, Lord. And by the way, I have this marked not for kids, so if you're a kid and you're watching this, you're just gonna have to deal with that shit. Please do not repeat that to anybody. I don't want any comments on that. My son is running around the house talking about a crooked penis. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that if we don't have to. Alright, I think that... Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Technology recharge.
Alright, our next quest wants us to go back to our base, so we shall do so. Head to the base. And oh, here it is. This will get us to our first Outlaw system. I was hoping we'd find one of these really quick. Reject their lies! Follow us to freedom! The ship is broadcasting the same message over and over, an endless loop. Its message has decayed over time, but there are still salvageable coordinates amid the noise. Accept coordinates. I shut down my receiver and input the coordinates to my starship's navigation systems. One final check reveals no life signs, no further intelligent message from the abandoned vessel. Alright, so that will help us get to our first Outlaw system. So, as soon as I finish this, visit to our base, I will, basically I'll deconstruct the base and we'll head off to follow the path of that. I believe it takes us to a normal system first, and then it takes us to the Outlaw system. I think. Pretty sure. Either way, it takes us to our first Outlaw system, which is going to be our base of operation system, even if all the planets are absolute garbage. You know, that's going to be our original first true base of operations. Yeah, I mean, if we're lucky as we've been so far, really, as far as other stuff is concerned, we'll get there and there'll be 5 paradise planets and 1 dissonant planet. It'll just be paradise, dissonant paradise would be just as good, because I have to put a base on the dissonant planet if it's got ships on it, because I have to mark. You know, the little camps where you go and you can get the dissonance spikes and free multi-tools and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you have to put a base there. There's just no choice, because you need to be able to get back to them. I guess you could mark them with a save beacon instead, but then you wouldn't be able to teleport to them and farm stuff, because you can. Those bases have little wheelbarrows that are full of farmable awesomeness. I mean, truly farmable awesomeness. Alright. I don't know why I looked into that. We really don't have any new stuff, do we? Well, yeah, we do. There's some stuff. It's just not accessible from there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and open that. We got a life support. See if it's any good. Not really. It's better than that. But that's kind of free. We're still gonna move it over and use it. No reason not to. What else we got? Can't do nothing with those. Nothing else we can open. We do have an anomaly detector, or 3. Not really anything I want to use those for right now. Those are useful later. One, you can use them to get, if you're willing to spend a long time scanning and in Pulse Drive, you can use these to get free access to salvageable freighters in space once you start getting offered that option. But you have to warp and watch, and you know, it's just like when you're trying to get organic frigates. Oh no, that's fine. I didn't mean to do that, but it's fine. These I did mean to do. There, okay. Now, oh no, we can just shovel the stuff straight into that cargo container. That's fine. The extra one we'll put into the cargo container. Same thing with you. We don't need you for anything in particular. Should we do these before we go to? Yeah, we should. We'll do them real quick before we go. Now, they should all be on this planet. We should be able to get all of them done without leaving the planet. Because we already made the, you know, stuff to do them. Oh. Did I bring... Yeah. Sodium nitrate. Just making sure. We're on sodium nitrate. Okay, that one was super close, wasn't it? we could have walked over here.
Technology prepared.
And now we can keep those relics and stuff until we get to a station where we can use them to increase our standing and stuff. Next. Wonder if that's an abandoned building or factory. If it's a factory, we should really go up there. And I was gonna say it'll just show us unknown. You know how you can tell though, since we gotta take off anyway. We'll fly up there. If there's a landing spot, it's a factory. If there's no landing spot, it's an abandoned building. Actually, no. This one may be hard to tell. It could be a transmission. Nope, it's a factory. It's always a factory if there are sentinels floating around. I guess I must have stored all of our ammunition. That sounds like me. Sounds like me. Oh yeah, it is. I don't need that. The alert has obscured the information on the primary terminal. I can only make out a few words. Ari Grey Uep. If I can work out what was being worked on here, I can restart the workflow and restore operations. I'm almost positive that it's freighter. I am not going to take a chance on this one, however. Yep, I was right. It's freighter. The Resident Warrior's workflow is restored. The system comes back online. Did it really just give me fishing? Give me all the fishing mates? Oh no, it gave me something else too. It gave me the teleport receiver. No, that works out. That works okay. Nope. But we're gonna. One antimatter and 3 wiring looms. We can definitely, I believe we actually have that in storage, so we will get that. Next we go to our storage containers. We'll do it. Just calm your tits now. I'm talking to the game. It keeps telling me, install teleport receiver. Install it. I'm trying to fill the square up, okay? You're right. What you're seeing right now is one of my OCDs. Like I can live with it, but I've got to fix it as quickly as I can. It needs to be a perfect square of open slots, and then I can start buying technology slots and do the same thing. So here's our final drop pod. Then we will take our base apart, and I believe I will end this session after we take our base apart, just before we start our warp to the system, the next system. Well, that is assuming that we actually need to warp. I need to set that as our current goal. It might have decided that the transmissions here in this system. We'll have to see. I didn't even think about that, but it is possible. We need 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 4 more to for me to finish the square and make my OCD monster happy. Yeah, and just, you know, if you have truly bad OCD, I apologize. If you think I'm making fun of it, I'm not. I really do have a light touch of that. It really, I mean, stuff like this really does bother me. Like, yeah, it's something that as soon as I have a chance, I have to fix it, you know, or it will drive me insane. You know, so, yeah, I just feel obligated to say that and everything, you know, and I'm not trying to make fun of people who have truly bad that condition in you know, spades. I actually do have a touch of it, you know, and everything, but it's not so bad that I can't do stuff like play games like this just because the squares are not perfect right off the bat. I know there are people like that, and so yeah, just I don't want you to think I'm trying to make fun of those people. Because I'm not. That's super not what's going on. Okay, so yeah, it says in space, consult the galaxy map with X. So yeah, it's going to take us to another system. And I'm just, yeah, there we go. Gonna take us to this one. Oh, and well, no, it may or may not be. I don't think it will be a pirate system, but yeah, because the little skull over at the side there, I think, is just an indication that that's where the mission is. Just like this is an indication that that's where we have a base. We will not have a base there, though. That's why I'm not going right away. We're going to go pull our base apart. I did mention that, I believe. Like I said, this system is not going to be our final settled system. Yeah, in an Outlaw playthrough, building bases in normal systems feels like trying to, you know, camp out behind a police station to hide after you rob a bank. This is a C class? No, it was an A class. Okay, we'll pay it. It's actually a really valuable A class. Oh, it's also got a. I could be wrong, but isn't this the same one that we bought earlier? And took apart because we took the paralysis mortar off of it. Dang. I'm still gonna buy it because I can take it apart. I'm just not sure because they're not supposed to respawn. And I've never seen them respawn like that, so I don't know. Maybe it was a bug, maybe it's a new one and I'm just mistaken because it's similar. Oh, okay. Found additional buried technology models. Construction proceeding smoothly. Recent expedition yielded copying data to additional data available. Construction logs recovered. Blueprints reassembled and prepared for download. Search construction database. Exosuit technology data extracted. Downloading plans. Personal upgrade module synthesized from data scraps. Readable archive retrieval complete. Beginning defragmentation of next segment. Right, I believe that has cleaned out this space, and we are good to go. Switch to our normal multi-tool, which has been, if you notice, the game has switched from the right one to the wrong one. I don't know why it does that. It may be the position that it's in more than anything that causes that. There we go. It's super cheap to make ammo anyway. All right, so. All right, and we're not gonna search for that until we're in our new system. We can do that quest in any system we end up in, so. All right, and gonna go ahead and 3 planets. It is not a. It's not a pirate system or an outlaw system rather. So this won't be the final system that we stop in. This is just a crossroads. I need to see if I'm doing that right. Is it cross dash roads or is it one word? Or 2 words? Okay, both are correct, but the choice depends on the style you're going for. Old-fashioned. I'm old-fashioned. I'm definitely old-fashioned. We need to select the correct thing. There we go. All right, and we will land at this, and then once we're off, I did forget I was gonna stop the recording right before we did it, but we'll do it once we get there.
Technology recharge.
and get a restore point saved. We're looking for a crashed starship, I believe. I think this is probably going to be what we're looking for right here. Uh-oh.
Toxic protection falling.
Man, now that was an aggressive creature. He was a long way away, and he was like, I'm gonna get you. Oh. Okay, actually, restore point. So, we're done for this session. I will see you next session, and hope you join us again.